welcome to episode 45 of Into the Podcast. I'm your host, Sam, and I'm joined by the gorgeous, delectable, four-eyed prick, Ryan! Woo! You're not really a prick. I love you.
Thank you. Studio audience like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you hear that applause?
Who's the studio audience?
Josh.
Behind us. Playing Wildlands, which, by the way, Thomas, if you're listening. So apparently I've just been told a story that one of our good friends, Thomas, decided to join me playing Xbox the other day on Tom Clancy's Wildlands. Is it Wildlands? Is it called Wildlands, Josh? Yeah,
yes,
you've only been playing it for 3 weeks. Why would you know? And apparently he joined us, died, and I just got in a chopper and fucked off and left him to die.
Yeah.
It wasn't me, Thomas. I don't
wasn't.
play this game. It's stupid Josh over there ignoring people.
On your account.
On my account, making me look bad.
Leaving your friends to die.
No, fuck it. I said, I'm never saving your friends again, Josh. Oh shit, we're doing a podcast. Hello. We're back.
We're back.
Are you happy to be back, Ryan?
I'm very happy to be back. The second coming.
The second coming. Well, this is the third coming because we've recorded this once.
Oh, it's so annoying.
And the computer blew up.
Literally.
So I feel we should get straight into why we've not been here for a couple of weeks. We'll miss out all that stuff we did before.
We literally did like 40 minutes worth of an episode. The computer had a complete melt. It's because we've neglected it and we've not recorded for the last 2 months.
That's what it is, I think.
It was like, fuck you guys.
Think you can just come back into my life
and just turn me on, on a whim? No.
No. Get fucked.
Get fucked.
Take two.
Take two.
But we're here.
40 minutes worth of shit we just spoke about.
We spoke a lot of shit as
I
well.
know. So now we're going to be really genuine.
Right. You got your genuineness back on?
Yeah, let me just take a little sip of water.
And also, the last bit that we just recorded, we was very energetic and really up for this, and we just had a massive chippy in the break.
Yeah, I know.
And now we're both really sluggish and full of chippy.
So full.
I'm so full. Good chippy, though.
Very good chippy. What did you get from the chippy?
I got sausage, chips, and curry sauce. What did you get?
I got sausage, chips, and curry sauce.
A vegetarian sausage, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a liar. Tell the people. Tell the people.
They can't see my sausage.
Not again. Anyway, back to it. Let's talk. Right, bring it down now. Bring it down. Be serious for a moment.
Right,
we got to tell the people why we just disappeared off the face of the earth for 2 months.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a very long time. So leading up to the big break was round about the summer holidays. Me and Ryan were struggling to get together. We had a bit of leave. We had a bit of holiday. So we were just struggling to get a bit of time in. So we kept missing the odd episode. And for those of you that were intently listening on the lead up, I had mentioned a few times that I was having a pretty bad time mentally. I was struggling a little bit with bits and bobs, and it all just sort of built up and built up and built up. And I had a bit of a breakdown. I had to take a bit of time off work. I wasn't coping very well. And unfortunately, we do this podcast for you guys to listen to have fun with us, but we also do it for ourselves, to have a laugh and something to enjoy. And whilst I was struggling, whilst I was at home going through a pretty hard time, I never wanted to do this and it be a chore or struggle to find things to talk about. And I wasn't the most fun person to chat to. So we got together a couple of times thinking about recording, but we decided just to drink beer, eat food, watch films, and just hang out, really. Hang out instead of like the pressure of doing this that I just didn't feel I had in me at the time. So whilst I was having this time off though, and whilst Ryan joined me in this time off, he was very supportive, and you guys were just as equally supportive. We both got a lot of messages checking in on us, making sure everything was okay. So a huge thank you to everybody out there that checked in, the guys that are still supporting us. We are back. This is going to be bigger than ever. We are going to hit the fucking ground running with this podcast now. We've got some big things lined up.
We have.
Elon Musk, he's coming on soon.
Yeah, he's going to give us some money to and a new computer.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully, yeah. New computer would be nice. What else we got coming? Live shows.
Yeah. In front of a live studio audience.
Royal Albert Hall has been in contact with us, and we're just like, whatever, fam. Maybe we'll see what happens. Yeah. You think you're the first people to ask us to do a live show there? Whatever.
Probably are.
Well, they are, but shh, don't tell them that.
Yeah. Okay.
Else they'll want us to do it for free.
That's true.
Who else has been in contact? Nike. They want us to wear their shoes.
on this listening only format.
Oh, I don't know.
Can't you just really promote Nike?
Yeah, I'll tell
Just
you.
do it.
I'll tell
There
you.
we go. We said the
There you
slogan.
go. I'll tell you who else has been in contact. Dubby Energy. Our proud sponsors. DubbyEnergy.gg. I'll open the website.
Oh, shit.
I
what-
forgot about them. I also got in contact with a different energy drink company to try and get sponsored by them, and they ignored my email.
Wow, rude.
I know, but I am sponsored by them for my streaming that I've not also done forever.
Yeah, so
And I've done that in months, and I'm sponsored there. And I was like, oh, can I bring that sponsor over to my podcast, please? And they ignored my message.
rude. Well, we'll
Wankers.
drop them. We don't want sponsors that,
Ignore
us.
emails.
Yeah, rude.
We never ignore messages.
No.
Bar
We
every
never
message we get.
just drop off the face of the earth and don't put a single post up.
Oh, yeah, I was meant to do that. Guys, if you're listening now, I'm taking a bit of time off.
The podcast is on temporary hiatus. Please bear with. Back shortly.
Back short. The amount of times you messaged me, like, you're going to bang that post up, I was like, I will do, mate. Just shit day today. Yeah, no worries, mate, no worries.
Yeah.
And now we're here. Telling people why we didn't do
It's
it.
been 84 years. All our listeners are dead.
It might be.
Well,
no, it's
yeah.
not true because they've been messaging and checking in on us.
They have. They've been genuinely fantastic.
They have. So we can't thank you enough. And we're straight back on it as well. We've come in 2 snacks of the week paid for by other people.
Yeah.
No fucking about.
Sending us snacks and gifts and cards and love and...
Any kisses? I got no kisses.
No kisses.
No kisses. Maybe next time.
Yeah.
We're all for snacks, but kisses. So I actually mentioned to the fantastic person who brought the snacks, we'll mention that later when we do Snack of the Week, that we're getting a bit sick of her only buying us snacks of the week, and we should get daily snacks.
Daily snacks. Why are people just buying us snacks for a podcast? Surely
yeah.
they should care about us enough to give us daily snacks.
Where's Thursday snack?
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
No. So, and she politely told me to get fucked. So,
I mean, that's fair.
so we'll be getting no more free snacks.
Ah, damn.
So everyone else, step up, please.
This is why the real reason we brought the podcast back. We've had 2 snackless months.
2.5 stones lighter, man. I've lost so much weight.
I haven't had to get 18 fillings in my teeth.
I've had teeth grow for the time I've been off, which is weird. That should happen for a 35-year-old man.
You should probably get that checked out.
Don't worry. Is that a tooth? Oh, shit, that's not a tooth. It's just some food. For the last podcast we did. What was the last snack we did? Can you remember?
Oh, God, I can't remember
Let's
what we
think
did on the last
back.
episode,
It was.
What was it called?
Top tier catch up.
Yeah,
was our
because
last
we'd had a bit of a break. Like shit, we had summer leave and holidays.
We had a couple of weeks off,
A
and
couple
then-
of weeks off. Top tier catch up.
And I think we
then
spoke
boom.
about. I think we spoke about how we was coming back, going to hit the ground running.
Bigger and better. So, guys, if you get this episode and then don't hear from us for the next 6 years, don't worry, we'll be back.
We will be back.
Bigger and better.
Oh dear, we're so sorry. We're so sorry. We are. We're laughing. We're laughing.
We've been so bad.
We have been bad, haven't we? But we're back now.
Yeah, we're back now.
Bigger and better.
When we recorded this earlier, it didn't end up like this. It's just veered off.
Yeah, no.
Like-
We're nearly 10 minutes in and all we've done is slag ourselves off so far.
Justified, I think.
So whilst we've not been podcasting, Ryan,
Yeah.
what have you been filling your time with? Have you been starting any other podcasts with any other of your friends or listening to podcasts?
No, I've not started any new podcasts because,
You'd only stop doing them.
yeah, exactly. I need someone else to do all the work and I just turn up. But when I go into the podcast now, apparently I'm the experienced one, even though I don't do anything.
Look what happens when the other person doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. I could have put a post up, but
Nah, fuck that.
I don't even have the logins anymore
That's
for the
not how
social
this-
medias.
Mate, I've changed my phone. I don't know the password to anything to do with the podcast.
great, yeah.
So we're fucked.
I have started listening to a new podcast though.
Tell me.
Because I'm a massive nerd, and
heard.
I explore lots of different nerdy avenues. Well, I'm opening up a new one that I've never explored before. Massive world, Warhammer 40k.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And that is a big old world, that.
Big old world. 30 years worth of lore and different editions, and obviously it started off as like the tabletop game, the wargaming that it's most commonly known for, but it's gone on in lots of different ways now, hasn't it? It's got like dozens, like probably hundreds of novels and books.
Oh yeah.
Endless video games. They even got Magic the Gathering cards. It's massive franchise. I think I genuinely think it's probably the biggest tabletop game in the world, and and like local to us. Obviously, it's based at Nottingham, isn't it? Nottingham headquarters. But to say I've been into like the Lord of the Rings wargaming since I was a kid, which is also Games Workshop stuff. I got into that because I love Lord of the Rings. Do you know what I mean?
Course,
and not because I was drawn to like the figures so much, but I never got into the Warhammer 40k stuff because I just didn't know where to start. And it all came about recently because we started playing a Xbox game that came on Game Pass, Warhammer 40k Dark Tide, which is just a 4-player co-op online, bit like Left 4 Dead, bit like Aliens Fireteam Elite. You drop in 4 of you, and you've got like random missions to do, and it's a bit of a hack and slash, like loads of hordes of endless gross mutant zombies.
Hard, man.
I've never played a game so hard. To say you are, I think it's obviously low level, and you just go in. I think the missions like obviously refresh daily, so you just pick whatever mission. We failed a hell of a lot more than we ever succeeded.
Oh, easy, yeah. We died a lot.
It's a hell of a lot. It's quite good fun, but one of them just sort of fell by the wayside a little bit. But I was playing that with our boy Drew, of Drew Flanagan Music, and he's big into Warhammer 40k, always been into it since we were a kid. So I think he's sort of keen for me to get into it as well.
Of course, yeah.
And he passed on a podcast to me called Laying Down the Law, Warhammer 40k. I think they do 2 podcasts, one about the normal Warhammer, which is like the fantasy stuff, and the Warhammer 40k. And it's 2 guys that don't know anything about Warhammer, and one of their older brothers who's a huge Warhammer 40k nerd, and he's basically talking them through the lore. So it's quite fascinating. It's just like an incredible world.
Interesting. Is it funny, the podcast?
Yeah. It is good. And what's quite nice is because they know fuck all and I know fuck all, you're like learning with them, if that makes sense.
Have you got to have a basic knowledge of tabletop gaming?
No, they don't really talk about tabletop gaming as such.
Okay.
They're talking about the lore, so the story and the world behind it, and that's why I quite like it, because I don't know whether I will get into the tabletop gaming or not. I'm just more interested about like the world, and it's like a big, obviously massive pop culture fantasy world that I don't know anything about. So it's just a different nerdy thing to explore. So that's been taking up a lot of my time driving to work.
I might give that a go, because I'm not really listening. I've got my standard 2 podcasts that I'll always listen to. I could do with something new. Yeah,
it's quite good. It's a lot to take in, but it's a good laugh, and like I think they're doing it a couple episodes a month, and they only started it early this year, so there's only like 16 episodes out or something that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely recommend, because like you say, you don't need to be into the Warhammer gaming or anything. They're not into the game, and I think like the older brother who's the nerd is, but
yeah, interesting. Yeah, I might give that a go then. So you've been playing Dark Tide. I had 1 session with you, and I quite enjoyed it. I just found it a bit hard.
Yeah,
and my life revolves around Call of Duty.
Yes, same.
We're talking the same shit that we was 6 weeks ago and the 6 weeks before that, when we did the podcast before that.
Yeah, nothing's really changed, has it?
No, nothing's changed. The only difference is I'm fucking good at Call of Duty now.
You're fucking smashing it.
I don't know what happened, but I just got good with a sniper.
Yeah, it's literally your jam. It was like that was your calling.
Yeah, to sit on a roof and shoot people.
Yeah.
So you've got anyone that does play Call of Duty. There are 2 people that are hated the most in Call of Duty, and that's people that camp and snipe, which is me, and people that have riot shields, which is you.
Well, you know what? We win. We
do win.
We win fairly regularly now. Can you remember, listeners? Way back when
we got
our very first ever win, and we were buzzing. It was like the best feeling ever. Don't get me wrong. When we win now, I still have that unbelievable feeling.
Every
I can't
time
believe
I
we
still
fucking
get it.
done it. I still like cheer, take a little video of it on my Xbox. But not to toot our own horns, but we probably once a week we get a win on different modes, whether
we don't
it's
play that
duos or
often,
quads
really.
or trios or the new zombie mode. You know, we're all right at Call of Duty.
We are all right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I ain't going to be streaming it and making money from it.
Oh God, no! We are nowhere near pro level.
Yeah, we're nowhere near fucking playing ranked road, but we're just pretty good all of a sudden.
Decent amateurs.
Yeah, decent amateurs. We pass our time by playing a bit of Call of Duty every 3-4 days, and we have a good time doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I hit a new world record for me on Call of Duty. 13 hours I played for on Saturday.
Oh, that's a long old stint.
13 hours. I messaged you guys saying, I'm nearly at home. Did anyone fancy a couple of games during the day?
Yeah.
Turned out you had nothing on. And Carl didn't have anything on till later.
Yeah.
So, we played, and then you both popped off for a bit for a couple of hours, and I carried on playing by myself.
Yeah.
Then you come back, and then you popped off for a bit. And
Yeah.
I carried on playing by myself. And, 13 hours of just sat. I had the worst headache the next day.
I'm not surprised.
I woke up and I was like, because I had a couple of beers in the evening. I had 5-6 bottles of beer, so not a lot really.
Yeah.
For me. And I thought, fuck, I'm hungover as shit. And I thought, no, it's because I sat with my face pressed against this massive screen for fucking 13 hours just watching bullets fly.
Yeah, it does get intense.
Yeah, but other than that, I've not really been playing anything. Played a lot of whilst I was off. I tried to play Starfield.
Yep.
I'll be honest, that game's probably a bit too big for me when I'm at my best. And I mean, I'm not at the best now, but I definitely wasn't when I first went off, and I tried, and it was just way too much for me.
Yeah.
I was really struggling with day-to-day tasks, never mind trying to get my head around fucking Starfield.
Yeah.
So I never really went anywhere with that. I tried it, couldn't get it. So I jumped on, replayed GTA 5. Not online or anything, just the storyline, 'cause it's fun.
Nice.
And Game Pass brought out Gotham Knights.
Oh, yeah.
Which is very much like the old Arkham games, but you play as Red Hood, Batwing, Batgirl, or Robin. Again, quite fun. You can just leave the bell tower, go around Gotham at night, stopping crimes. There is obviously missions, and there's a lot of detective work on it as well, which I quite like. There's a lot more detective work on
Is
this
it
one.
multiplayer?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, because there's four of you can play at the same time. So
Right.
you could just jump in with me, like Thomas did with Josh, not Sam.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could just jump on and we could just go around beating people up.
That's cool.
Yeah,
We'll have to do that. Give that a go.
That's on Game Pass, so get it downloaded.
Yeah, nice.
But other than that, I've not played anything else.
Yeah, and a lot of people have asked me about like Starfield and stuff because I love like Skyrim. It's made by the same people, made by Bethesda. But I just really struggle these days to commit to like role-playing games or big open world games because it's not something you can just have a break from and then pick back up. You need to have, I think, a good chunk of time where you can really get into it and then have that commitment to being like, right, I'm going to play this now for the next month. You know, I'm going to clock 20, 30, 40, however many hours into this game. And that just kind of it's kind of intimidating to me now a little bit. Whereas I was younger, obviously I had more free time and stuff as well. So it was easier to do that. But yeah, so there's quite a few that I've missed, like big ones like Starfield I didn't play, and it still didn't do Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, no, I never did.
What's the trying to think what some of the other ones are. There's a big one now, Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Not out for the Xbox yet, but on PC, and obviously that's Dungeons and Dragons. And everyone's that's played it said one of the greatest games of all time. Like the choices you make, the characters you can create. It's just incredible. So many different like ways the game can be played. And I love the idea of that. But I don't know. And gaming to me now is very much a social thing. It's
Me too, yeah.
Checking in, are the boys on? Are we going to play? We're playing Xbox tonight. No, no one's on. All right. What I'll do is I'll probably stick a film on then or something.
That's what I do. If the boys aren't playing, I'm not playing.
Yeah. And that's it. Like, I did buy a single player game the other day, a game called Bolt Gun, which is a Warhammer 40k game. Because when I was trying to get in, like explore the world of it, one of the top tips I saw online was just play games because there's loads of games out there and that gets you absorbed in the world and it gets you used to certain different things. And it's quite cool because it's done like it's a modern game, but it's like a 90s shooter. So it's literally like Doom. And I love that. So it's like modern like controls and stuff, but the graphics are like 90s retro, which is cool.
I love that, yeah.
But even that, like I'll stick it on, I'll do one mission, which they average between 20 to 45 minutes. I'll do one. I'm like, right, yeah, that was fun. I'll stick some on telly now. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah,
I'm not like, oh. Whereas if we're playing Call of Duty, we know we can sit there literally
Easily-
all day, or
Easily
like,
lose 8 hours.
yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, gaming's very much the social thing for me.
Yeah,
now.
and I think that's it, isn't it? Like, you grow up, married, kids,
Yeah.
all these sort of things go on in your lives that's what you want to do. If you had more time, like obviously I've just had 5 weeks off work, so I was sitting down playing Grand Theft Auto. I was playing these big open world single player games because I had that time.
Yeah.
That was during the day when I've not got a child, I've not got you guys online, and I'm just literally wasting time.
Yeah, exactly.
I clean the house. What's there to do now?
Yeah.
I could probably do some exercise, but let's be honest, not going to happen.
Yeah.
When I could play computer.
Yeah, that's
and eat
it.
chippy. So yeah, I'm exactly the same as you at the minute, mate. To be fair, like work, life gets in the way. If I'm turning it on, it's because the boys are on.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, there's lots of games that I do really want to play. Like, obviously, I was massive into Resident Evil last year, which is story-driven game, and that's probably like my level now. It's not like it's a story-driven game. It's not a big open world game. It's very linear. It's like, okay, here's your story. There might be a few little puzzles for you to like find, or a few little secrets to hide, but mainly it's just you're doing the main story.
Yeah, of course.
And you're playing it for the story. So that's probably the level I'm at now. Don't get me wrong, I could happily stick on Skyrim now at any point, but that's a game I'm familiar with. So it's almost like that comfort zone.
And you'll never forget how to play it.
Yeah, exactly. Or something like, and that's probably why some of the most successful games of all time are things like your Minecrafts.
Yeah.
Because you can go on, you can lose 10 minutes or you can lose 10 hours straight, and it's just easy to pick up. There's no like, oh shit, what was I doing? Okay, you might have jumped in a world that you started building years ago, but you can still just go, well, sorry, I'm just going to go over here and build a castle or dig a hole in the ground, and it's just mindless fun.
Yeah,
and it's a good way of switching off, and that's what gaming is for me a lot of the time as well. It's like there's nothing better than you had a stressful day at work, you want to come home and you just want to switch off, so just jumping on with the lads, shooting some people, winning some Warzone.
Should we turn this off now and do that?
Yeah, I kind of want to do it.
Yeah, I do as well.
I've got the itch for it now.
I mean, we did spend quite a bit of money the other day buying Ash from the Evil Dead skins.
Ash, I mean, Max will hate us for that.
He's going to fucking despise us.
He hates it when we spend money on a free game.
I get it. But we was the same on Rocket League, weren't we?
Yeah.
I want my car to look like R2D2. So it's only 16 quid.
Yeah. If I was out having a life, that's like 3 beers. So
is it?
Probably.
I don't think you get 3 beers for 16 quid these days, mate.
Well, Carlin.
Oh yeah, Carlin. Yeah. That's fine. I need to buy your Carlin.
You owe me Carlin.
In exchange for Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, that was the deal we made, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, good deal.
So that's games covered. We've played Call of Duty.
Yeah, just
this is what you've missed.
So you've missed nothing, guys. It's fine.
It's just we're better at it now.
We're bigger and we're better.
I was sad and I took it out on other people.
And it made me feel better.
Yeah, now look, we're back bigger and better than ever. Tell you what though, mate, I'm fucking hungry.
Really?
It's been ages since we had a whole chippy.
When we said that earlier on the previous recording, it was really genuine because we hadn't had tea. Yeah. And it was like, oh, I am feeling a bit snackish now. And now we're really having to play on that beat. We're actors. And this is take 2.
Right. Should we try again? Hold on.
Go on.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Oh, I tell you what, Ryan, I'm feeling really snackish.
Oh, you know what? It's weird that you say that because I'm really getting peckish too, actually. My stomach's starting to rumble a little bit. And
I'm not in a load of pain and need a poo.
No. I'm not really bloated and had to take my trousers off.
That's lucky. Oh, fuck it.
Give us the Oscar now.
Yeah, give the Oscar now, bitch. What did we used to do before? I can't remember. It's been that long.
Didn't we have some sort of musical singer-songwriter sing us some songs that he'd written?
I think we did. What was his name again?
Shrew or
Flanagan, was it?
I can't remember.
Sing us in, baby.
Here come Sam and Ryan, listen to them both speak. They've come 2 hours on with their pop culture critique. But are you even a nerd if you don't overread? So come on everybody, it's the snack of the week.
Fucking Drew Flanagan, mate.
I've missed that.
I miss that. I miss him.
Yeah, we've not seen him for a while, have we?
Fucking jet setting again.
Here, there, everywhere, but never with us.
He sent me a picture yesterday, I think it was, of him sleeping outside on a rock, just underneath some like camo tarp, between a, what was it? He described it as a big circle and a haunted house. And he said, I woke up with what I can only assume was a ghost saying, "Excuse me." And I was like, "Happy Halloween, mate." He was like, "I'm terrified, Sam." So I just stopped messaging him. I've not spoke to him since.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, just stop whinging, mate.
Yeah,
on, be a man.
be fine. Yeah, just deal with them ghosts.
Now I've got some good news.
Go on.
So this will be coming out on Monday, which is the 6th of November, I think.
I think you're right.
So tomorrow, for you beautiful listeners, tomorrow, wherever you're listening to us, you know, if you're listening to us on Spotify or Amazon or Apple or wherever,
Yeah.
just type in Drew Flanagan because his fucking EP's coming out, bro.
About time.
Revolutions, the EP by Drew Flanagan Music. We have been talking about this for fucking ever.
We have.
Forever. So at least
Forever?
So at least 6 months. So that's 2 episodes ago. 2 episodes ago, we mentioned this when Drew started writing this album when he was 12.
Yeah.
It's out tomorrow.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Again, this is acting because we're pretending it's Monday now.
Oh yeah,
Just
shit,
when it
'cause we've
comes
actually we've got like a week to
out.
wait.
We've got a whole week to wait.
I can't believe it's out tomorrow.
I know, tomorrow.
I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
I know.
It's like Christmas.
It's Christmas has come early.
Yeah.
It really looked like you were about to say something then. You went, yeah. And then just drifted off into the ether.
Yeah. Drew a blank. I don't think I could make it as an actor.
Take 2.
I need a script, right? I can't improvise. I need a rigid script to follow.
We're talking about Drew Flanagan.
Okay.
How amazing he is.
Yep.
Go.
Drew Flanagan is good.
He is good.
Yeah.
He's very good.
Good at
New
the
album.
music.
He's good at the music. I've heard he plays the multiple interests in instruments. What? I'm so full.
It's like delirious. It's like a food. When I get slipping into like a food coma,
And everyone's going to get to meet the whole band.
The whole band.
Before you only heard Drew Flanagan.
Just Drew Flanagan. Just him. His live EP, live at the Foundry, was just him. You know,
just Drew.
Just filmed, like recorded in front of a live studio audience.
So they've never met. They've met Drew. They've never met Andrew.
Yeah, or Andre. Or
the other one.
The fourth one.
That we can never remember who it is. Drew's going to be screaming now. Like, it's not odd. It's just another way of saying
it's not
Andrew.
On, is it? Huh? On, Andre, Drew, Andrew.
Was it on?
Flanners. Flanny.
It's Flanners, isn't it?
Rue.
One of them has got to be right. If it's not, I'm giving up.
Andy.
Shortly.
And?
Andy. Yeah, them guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 48 people in this band.
Well, yeah, he's had this album. It's been complete for quite a while, hasn't it?
He's been doing bits and bobs.
He's been tinkering with it for quite a while. He's been sitting on it a little bit, and we've just been like, just release more music because we're desperate for more music.
We was going to threaten to fight him, but he's bigger than us, so we didn't.
And plus, he sends us free music for our free little jingles for our podcast.
And into the podcast beer.
He did, yeah.
Kinda.
Well,
it's called Drew's Brews, but
yeah.
it was for into the podcast.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
He had his little Pop Funko figure on the front to go with ours.
Yeah, exactly.
What are we talking about?
I think I was about to do snack of the week. but anyway, tomorrow, guys, Drew Flanagan music. Drew, so you got get this
Revolutions.
Revolutions. Get
Only
this to
Revolutions.
today.
No, wait, that's Biffy Clyro.
That's Biffy Clyro.
Revolutions. Drew Flanagan music.
But don't listen to that until you've listened to this episode.
Yeah, listen to this first.
Because then you'll know it's out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because if you don't listen to this, you'll never know that it's out tomorrow.
Yeah. Listen to it from all good music stations.
Yes.
That
give music.
Stream music.
Stream music. That's the one. Is that the advert? That's who we're sponsored. He's our sponsor.
All four of them
are
on the cover. Have you seen the cover?
I've seen the cover. The cover's very good.
I think he's put that on his socials, to be fair.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys should already know by now.
Yeah, so get following him.
Follow him.
Get following him.
If you don't follow him, you shit.
Follow us as well.
Yeah.
More importantly.
Yeah, follow us. Fuck Drew.
We don't promote our own shit.
Follow us. I mean, honestly, guys, the last 2 months we've put some bangers on social media. Some absolute bangers. Surely someone has. Someone's got to have posted on our social media at some point. Right?
I don't think I have the logins for it anymore.
Snack of the week. Should we do snack of the week?
Yeah, I'm snackish.
Right. As I mentioned earlier, we've been given snacks of the week.
We have.
So I think we may as well go for solid before liquid.
I think that's fair.
That's fair. So, this was given to you, my friend.
It was by our dear friend Megan.
Megan.
She has given us flips.
I fucking love flips.
I've never had flips.
Oh my God. The white fudge flips are the tits, mate.
So we have got flips, cookies and cream, flavour-coated pretzels. Are you a pretzel fan?
I am, because I love flips. So earlier I said, do they look good? You went, I'm not sure. I was thinking, has she given us like another coconut chocolate bar?
Oh, God, you know
that one she gave us? And I was like, oh, Megan, stop it. Then you turn up with flips. And I was like, you're talking shit, bro.
So you like pretzels because of flips?
I mean, I like pretzels anyway.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was just a flips exclusive thing.
No, I love flips, but I'm good with pretzels. But I like sour cream and chive pretzels. They're very nice.
Yeah.
You don't like them, do you?
I don't think I've had them that often, to be fair.
It's just a nice breaded snack, mate.
Yeah. Salty or sweet? Or are they both?
Bit of both.
Wow.
As you're eating this, you're going to get that sweetness. And then when you bite into that pretzel, you go, I taste salt.
Yeah.
But it works perfectly. I'm telling you now.
So Megan got us these because I'm pretty sure we were talking, I was at work and we were in the office and we were talking about pretzels. I have no idea why.
Of course.
And I pretty much said that I've never had flips or I've never...
she said to me that I got them because Ryan's never had them before.
Yeah. So she very sweetly went out and got us some flips.
She's a fantastic human, Megan.
She is a lovely human.
I'm going to put it out there.
Although if these taste like shit, I take it back.
You see, I don't, because I'm going to give a film recommendation shortly that she told me to watch. Now, I was going to watch it anyway, but because she told me about it first, I'm giving her the recommendation.
I know what film that is because she's recommended it to me as well, and I've been a bad friend and not watched it.
Well, yet. I did. I went straight home and watched it. And in fact, she's given me another one that her and Alex apparently fucking love that I'm going to watch as soon as we finish recording because I just trust her opinion.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Big love to Megan.
Big love, Megs.
These smell really nice.
Yeah.
Right, here you go.
Thanks, mate. I'm going to take a few because I fucking love them.
I hope you're hungry.
I've never had the cookies and cream one.
What's your thoughts on cookies and cream generally?
Love it.
Bit sweet for me, I think.
Yeah, well, I bought them cookies and cream. No, they were fudge, weren't they? Triple chocolate fudge. Them American things that cost me like £6 for a box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
cheers.
Cheers, mate. Oh, these are. Oh,
a little.
No, little. Josh, catch. Culinary corner over there.
Culinary corner.
So,
Josh's new segment.
Oh, let's drop my mic. We've been thinking of new segments. We've got a couple of ideas, and we've decided that we're going to allow Josh, the faceless, voiceless person that we talk to most episodes, we're going to give him the opportunity to give us. It'd be a little bit like a 60-second recommendation in a way.
Yeah.
But it's going to be Josh's Culinary Corner where he just bitches about like there being too much sauce in a Big Mac.
Because that's exactly what happened.
Because that's all he does.
To be fair, Josh very kindly went and got us a chippy whilst we were trying to sort out.
He does it a lot, doesn't he?
Does look after us. And then whilst we were eating, just talking about food, weren't we? And then Josh just like exploded into this absolute fucking crazy rant about the amount of sauce on a Big Mac. And I totally agreed with it. I just thought that it instantly just came to me like, we should get Josh to do this as a segment on the podcast.
We think you guys would enjoy it as much as we do.
Yeah, because it was fantastic.
It was
Josh's Culinary Corner coming soon.
Drew, you know what to do. Passes and flips then. Have you got that salty aftertaste yet?
Yeah, it's really
Good,
nice.
isn't
The salty aftertaste is the best bit.
Yeah.
I like salted like popcorn and stuff though as well.
Yeah.
It's like, not a lot of people like that, I think.
So
more people go sweet, I think, than salted.
I used to hate it, but now I'll go for both. I'll go for a mix.
I do like the mix.
Sweet and salted.
Like what these are.
Yeah, because just salted's way too much.
Yeah.
After a few handfuls, I'm like, it's just dog shit now.
Yeah. These really complement each.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah, nice.
Big fan.
Yeah, good.
Megan, you're fantastic.
Yeah.
In every single way.
Stay fantastic and please keep buying the snacks.
Yeah. Please keep buying snacks. You don't have to buy snacks every day, but do. Please. And other people, if you want to buy snacks that aren't really hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because no more. Although, you know what? My spice levels are going up.
Yeah.
I'm going to places and ordering the hot food now.
I'm getting better.
Like we at home we'll get like the the Nando's sauce. I've upgraded to hot, and even that it's not even that hot for me anymore. I'm a changed man. It's like gummy bear.
Mm-hmm. I have hot sauce or sriracha on most meals now.
Yeah,
sriracha goes in everything. I love it. So tasty. Yeah, learning, aren't we?
We are growth.
So if anything, we hated Daddy for making us do it. I still do a little bit.
Yeah.
But he has taught us. He's taught us to not be such little bitches.
Well, if we can eat that, then you can eat anything, surely. That's the rule.
Yeah.
As long as your eyeballs aren't melting.
Well, I did give one to somebody else and they fully cried. Because they were giving it big and about how, it couldn't be that hot. Well, I get this time you got them. And they cried. So fucking we win.
Yeah. That'll learn them.
Yeah, that learns you. Right. Okay, so snack number 2. Comes from.
Sorry, I'm just eating.
That's okay, mate.
I flipped.
It's my turn to talk now. It's okay. You enjoy.
Just
So our next little snack comes from the lovely Charlotte. Charlotte has bought us many a snack. Actually, I think she got us the Takis.
Yeah.
But this was a nice little cute one because I got a message from her saying, "Oh, hey, just to let you know, I completely forgot. I ordered you a little something. Just had a notification. It's in your back garden. Couldn't find it.
Yeah.
It was under the table. They did it.
Well, that's good of them.
Little buggers, yeah. But it was fine. A little moon pig box. I was like, oh, interesting. First thing I see, my friend, are the snacks, which are right in front of us. Now, Stormtrooper beer. Have you had Stormtrooper beer before?
I have had Stormtrooper beer. I didn't realise there was lots of different Stormtrooper beers.
Of different ones, yeah.
I didn't realise that. I thought it was just the standard Stormtrooper original beer, which I'm drinking water out of the glass.
Me too, yeah. Because that's what I got for Christmas, I think.
Christmas, I think it was those sets where you got like the glass and the bottle, and it came in like a little Stormtrooper a tin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have got the Lightspeed Pilsner.
Nice.
What have you got?
I picked the Sniper.
The
SNIPA.
Like it. That's clever, that. The SN IPA.
Yeah.
And then
IPA.
There is also the Space Hopperer, but that's 6.6 and we've got a drive. So
yeah,
I'll have this one.
You have that one.
Because I remember not that long back, you telling me a story of how somebody gave you beer for us and you drank them all.
I don't remember that.
100% happened.
No.
I'll go back and listen to the episode.
No, I don't think
Just point it out. So you wasn't going to get this at all, but, it was very nice. But also, what came with it, which is absolutely adorable, is a little card.
It is lovely.
It's a beautiful little card. The front of the card is basically what it looks like on Spotify.
Yeah.
If you are to listen to episode 1 of Into the Podcast.
It's our logo.
Welcome to the pod. And it says, Happy 1 year, Sam and Ryan. Today marks the 1 year anniversary for one of the best podcasts I've listened to in a long time. She obviously meant ever.
Yeah, obviously.
But she spelt it wrong. That's okay.
It's fine.
That's okay. I'll leave you with this parting wisdom. Don't ever quit. Very lovely. And it reminded me that we've been doing this a year.
Yeah.
Which, so this actually filled me with a lot of joy, this card and this present. I thought this was very sweet. And I was like, oh my God, I've been doing this a year. This is amazing. But it also filled me with dread because that reminded me I had to repay for Podbean. There's a £100 bill coming, so we can carry on putting this out there. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, what's on the back of the card as well?
Back on the card, there is a beautiful picture of Chris Hemsworth, and it says Ragnarok is the best Marvel movie.
Yeah. And voted by us, wasn't it, in the Eliminator? And even better, Chris Hemsworth is topless in that.
Is not wearing a shirt.
Yeah,
and
that's what we
all
like.
Like a topless.
Yeah. But that is an absolutely lovely, lovely card. It's really sweet. And yeah, as soon as you showed it me earlier, I read it, it just put a massive smile on my face because that is incredible.
It is incredible. Thank you so much,
Charlotte.
Yeah,
we really, really appreciate that. And then it's just, it is nice. You can't believe it's been a year. I know, like...
Episode 2 was the Halloween episode.
Yeah. So literally a year ago we started this, and it's amazing that we've still got that, and people are still listening to it and really buying into it. So
it's mad. So we are going to toast to 1 year, but we are not going to celebrate 1 year, not just yet, because we've been very lazy, and obviously we're only on 45, and technically episode 52 should be our year. That is a year's worth of episodes. That's when we will celebrate properly.
Yep.
But for Charlotte, for all of you guys listening, happy 1 year anniversary, brother.
1 year anniversary.
Enjoy
Cheers.
your Stormtrooper.
Thanks, you too. Well, that's nice, that.
That's not a bad Pilsner, that, you know.
That's not a bad sniper.
Exactly. Sniper. Well, that's it. A year. We can retire now.
Yeah, well, when we get to 52.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Because we're only on 45 because you keep having weeks off.
I know,
You lazy shit, man.
I know. I just don't want to drive to your house.
It's a fucking trek, innit? I've been thinking, I might just move up your end because I like it when we get pissed.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because I came round your house, it was a few weekends ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You and Claire text me saying, get your ass over here, stop being a mopey twat, bring some magic cards, bring some beers. I didn't bring beers. And then bloody Ryan went in his garage and just pulled out a fucking bag full of several bottles of litres of whiskey and rum. And fucking, it's like, it's just old Christmas presents.
Yeah.
Who has just... It was about 12 litres of fucking alcohol just in his bag.
I genuinely don't drink that much at home. Like, I very, very rarely drink at home. And the only time I'll drink at home normally is if Claire and I are having like a magic night or something like that, so we're just sitting playing some games, or if we're having a session on the Xbox with the lads. And then it's like, I'll get the beers. But even then, I'll tend to go on the beers rather than just hitting the whiskey or the rum. But
yeah, to be fair, it's because we normally get quite pissed, and it's just easier to can it, isn't it?
Yeah,
grab a can, get back on.
Yeah. Exactly. So lots of alcohol for you at my house.
So we'll be doing that again very shortly. So I'll just move up your end. In fact, I was looking at some houses that were for sale around you, won't we, when I come round that day?
Yeah, some on my estate.
So I might just buy them. In fact, I've not even checked the lottery numbers from last night. Fuck. I meant to put a lottery ticket on tonight.
It's too late now.
Way too late. 12 point something million, and it has to be won. Shit. I'm so annoyed. That's the fucking computer's fault, that is.
Yeah, we could be millionaires, and I say we because we're a couple.
Yeah, true. And I've not checked the Euro Millions from last night, so we actually could be millionaires.
Oh my God.
I'll check after this.
Yeah.
There's no point, because if I've won, I'll only be big-headed about it.
We don't need to hear that right now.
No,
we'll finish this episode as standard, modest.
Right, okay, so what we've done, we spoke bollocks, a little bit more bollocks. We've eaten some stuff. We're now drinking some stuff.
Yep.
We've advertised Drew Flanagan music. We're sponsored by Dubby.gg, apparently. Don't worry about that, though. What else we got? Films. Let's talk about films. Because it's Halloween.
It is Halloween.
It was last week. Or yesterday to us.
Yesterday for us.
Still acting.
Yeah.
Halloween, which means, obviously, I've had to watch horror films. I never normally watch them any other time, me. It's not all I ever watch.
Yeah, is it not?
Only.
You're not a big horror fan,
No,
are you?
not really.
You just sort of dabble a little bit. You dip your toe in the water.
Yeah, so I've watched a few recently that I wouldn't mind discussing. And I know you actually went to the cinema on Halloween, didn't you?
I did.
You celebrated Halloween watching a scary movie.
Yeah.
Talk us through that.
So I went with our good friend Kanish, who is one of the founders. So it was me and Kanish, two of the founders, along with yourself as the third one.
Of the Psycho
Sickos, our little film club that used to go see horror films all the time. Mm-hmm. We've not been for a very long time. It's quite difficult.
We've got one coming up, haven't we? We're watching Boogeyman round here.
Yeah, we're watching Boogeyman. Last one we did, we all got together to watch The Terrifier, didn't we? So went last night to watch The Shining.
That is insane.
Which is so cool.
Class.
I love that film. I think it's one of my favourite horror films of all time. So to be able to see that classic film on the big screen.
Was it big screen as well?
It wasn't huge. It was standard cinema screen. It wasn't like a massive screen because it was at the Odeon, and didn't realise that they did now do... Odeon's changed a lot since I used to go to Odeon. So I went to Odeon as a kid because there was one in Mansfield that I used to go to. But that was just like, your standard generic cinema. You know what I mean? A bit sticky floors and crappy seats and... bit like what Cineworld is now, which I have an unlimited card for. But yeah, reclining seats. You even get a little table to put your drinks on and stuff.
Oh,
and
wow.
And your snacks on. And I need to just address something before I talk about the film.
Go for it.
As you well know, Kanish, every time we have gone to the cinema, we always do basically a nacho test. Where we always get nachos. One of us will get nachos between us, and we always have them, and they're normally, they're okay, they're fine. But Kanish has always made a point to us that saying they all taste like shit compared to the Odeon nachos.
Well, I've always said this.
Yeah, and one day, because I've never experienced them, that we all have to have the Odeon nachos. So Kanish got some last night, and I tried some with the cheese sauce and the salsa. And I have to admit to Kanish, best nachos ever.
Insane, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. That cheese sauce.
That cheese sauce. Cheese sauce. Yeah.
Yes, mate.
Yeah.
We've obviously, we've got an everyman now, but the majority of my life in Lincoln, we've only had Odeon.
Right.
So I've always had Odeon nachos.
Yeah.
So when I do go Cineworld and they give me this, they open this shitty packet.
Oh, God.
And they give you these cold, lumpy fucking...
It's like cheese, feety smelling...
What is this
awfulness?
Dog shit.
Yeah.
No,
dog
mate,
shit.
That's why, because I'm used to... I mean, I don't get salsa. I always get... Because you get 3 little pot bits. I get 2 cheese and 1 sour cream.
Yeah. So I think...
Mate.
It was 2 cheese and a salsa last night. Top tier. And you get a lot.
Oh, you get a lot. Did you get jalapenos on top?
No.
Did they offer?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure because Kanish just ordered all that, and I came in like a peasant but prepared. So I had a little can in my pocket and a little snack in the other pocket.
Dirty boy.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're £3 for a bottle of Coke.
Oh, I know. But next time you go, you know to get that.
Oh, yeah.
And they always offer jalapenos as well.
Yeah.
So a big fucking mountain of jalapenos on top of them nachos.
Unreal.
Boy, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, the film.
Oh, yeah. What film was it?
So it was some...
Kubrick nonsense.
Yeah, some cult classic.
Yeah.
What blew my mind about it watching this time, early on there was a scene, and it was... How can you remember The Shining a lot?
Yeah, I've not seen it for a couple of years, but I've seen it a lot.
But at the start, obviously... Jack Nicholson's character, who's called... Why is my mind going blank?
God, what is he called? All work and no play makes...
Jack. It's because he's... Yeah.
Jack what, though?
Torrance.
Jack Torrance, that's it.
It's because I was like... The actor's called Jack. That's what threw me. But obviously he goes to get the interview to see if he can get the job. Mm-hmm. And then Danny is at home and... He's talking in the mirror and talking to Tony on his finger.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, why don't you want me to go to the hotel?" And he's like, "Show me." And then he gets the flashes of the the blood and the girls. It's like a montage scene. I don't remember the next scene, having seen this ever before, and I didn't know if I was just having a bit of a like weird moment, but it was where he then wakes up and he's in bed, and there's a doctor in like examining him and questioning about it, like, oh, what do you remember before you were when you were brushing your teeth before you collapsed and stuff and all this, and then she examines him, and then she goes into the other room with the mum. And then they talk about her dad and like his emotion, like his dad, like Jack and stuff. And he talks about his problems with drink. And I was like, I don't remember this scene.
No, I don't.
Ever. And I was like, that's weird. If I just blanked that scene out, because normally my film knowledge, and like I'm good. I'm one of those people that for some reason with films, I can see a film once and remember pretty much all of the film. And it kept happening. There's a few scenes I was like, I don't remember this bit. Or like just another bit was like be extended. One bit in particular at the end, when Jack's chasing Danny, with the axe, he's trying to kill him, and then the mum, I can't remember what she's called. I've just watched it last night. Judy, maybe?
Maybe, fuck knows.
Anyway, the mum, she's like running, trying to find him. She's got the knife and she's all worked up, and she goes up the stairs, and then she starts seeing the ghosts that start coming alive. Like there's the famous one where it's like the guy giving like a blowjob to another guy in a room, and he's dressed as like the animal.
Yeah.
But then there's a couple more that I was like, I don't remember this. She goes into the foyer bit, and it's all filled with cobwebs. It's like an old... Like she'd walked into like an abandoned house, and there's loads of skeletons all sat there dressed up in tuxedos, like as if they're just like rotted corpses that had just been left there. And I was like, what the hell's going on? Is this like an extended edition or like a director's cut? There was loads of moments like that, and I need to Google it because it's...
Oh, I thought you had the answer. So
no, I don't know. Like I genuinely don't know. Like I was going to ask you. I was like, do you remember any of those scenes?
I do not remember any of them.
And there was another one where like it seemed a bit longer, where the cook makes his way because he's got the shine, doesn't he? He goes back to the hotel, and there's a few bits like where he lands in the airport and he's like rings up his mate who owns a car shop, and he's like, "Oh, I'm trying to get up to the hotel today. Can you help me out?" He's like, "I'm going to need a snowplow or whatever they're called." And he's like, "Oh yeah, what do you need it for?" Like, and there's this whole interaction, and the guy who he's talking to is. I recognize him because I rewatched the Rocky films recently, and he's Apollo Creed's trainer. And I was like, I don't remember him being in The Shining. And he's just literally in that one scene where he's talking to him. I was like, just random little scenes like that just seem to flesh out the whole story. It was weird.
Good though.
Blown my little mind. It's like watching a different film in a lot of ways.
That's good though. Because I mean, you've probably seen The Shining a lot.
I have, yeah. And part of me just thinks, is it just like, I don't know, a theatrical cut that was like the standard edition that's always on telly, or like I've got an old DVD copy of it.
Yeah.
And it's probably just that, because it's happened before where I've watched some classics like Conan the Barbarian. I've got a DVD copy of that, but for some reason there's bits missing on the DVD.
That's weird.
Or like
isn't
some
it?
of the scenes just cut randomly, and it just must be the way it's been edited. It's just weird.
That is weird.
But anyway, yeah, classic film. No matter how many times I see it, I'm still blown away by Jack Nicholson's performance.
Absolutely. And it's a weird one, The Shining, isn't it? Because like when you think everything going on behind the scenes, so like Stephen King fucking despises it, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
He despises it. Well-known fact that Kubrick was an absolute prick to what's the woman's real name?
I can't remember, but yeah.
The woman that plays the mum, that he
vile to her.
Vile, kept her on edge constantly, like in a catatonic state of fear, just to get the best performance out of her, like some real shitty stuff.
Yeah.
But it fucking worked.
I know, yeah. And like there was like, the people watching it in the audience, there's quite a lot of younger people as well. And part of me thought it's probably the first time a lot of these have ever seen this. And there's a few bits like there's no jump scares really in The Shining, because it's all like atmosphere, and a lot of it,
very atmospheric film.
And you can almost link it to like that, like mental health, isn't it? And like the what they say is like the cabin fever, but really there's obviously the supernatural elements alongside it. But I still think it holds up really well. A few things a little bit dated, like a few bits happen. You get like a few giggles from the audience that are a bit like, well, that's just a bit silly now. But you know, it came out in 1980. It's a 43-year-old film, but it still holds up so well. I think it's still, and that's because of the performances. I think the music as well is unreal. That opening scene where it's just like him driving, it's the shots through the mountains. It's just incredible.
And I mean, and that film as well, like, paves the way for so much modern horror. Like, it is so iconic itself.
Yeah.
The Overlook Hotel, Danny himself.
Yeah.
You know, here's Johnny.
And just like
all work, no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Like, come play with us, Danny.
Yeah,
forever.
the twins, the sexy woman ghost who's an old lady.
Yeah.
Like, all that shit is just so iconic.
Yeah, it is. It is just an iconic film.
Yeah, I'm so jealous you got to see it fucking on the big screen.
I love being able to do that. Go see the classics on the big screen.
Yeah.
I've seen quite a few now. Like, I used to see Aliens, which obviously one of my favorite films of all time. I saw that. I've seen like the original Mad Maxes and Blade Runner. It's something nice about seeing classic films on the big screen.
Oh, big time. Because you can watch them at home, but now you know, if you're going to be watching them, you're going to an Odeon.
Oh yeah,
for them nachos.
I know.
Yes, mate.
Part of me is tempted to get an Odeon unlimited card, sack off Cineworld.
And then you and Claire moved to Lincoln because we got an Odeon.
Yeah, and then we're getting drunk all the time.
And then get drunk all the time. Bring that bag of booze.
Yeah.
Sorted.
Well, you should pay for us to get a house with your lottery winnings.
Oh yeah, I could do.
Yeah.
Well, I could kick Josh out.
That's true. But then we know what we're going to do about Colouring Corner.
He can pop around every now and then. Or he can live in the rabbit's cage.
Okay, and we can just feed him some
carrot.
Yeah, and then he can rant about the carrot.
Shit carrot today. It's been in the fridge for 8 weeks, Josh. So, good cinema experience.
Very good cinema experience.
I've had 2 cinema experiences recently.
Tell me about them.
Number 1, extremely excited to watch this film. Went to the Everyman. Decided to do beers and food at the Everyman as well, so one of them dirty burgers. And Charlotte, who got us the beers and that beautiful card, is the head chef there. She wasn't working that night, so I knew it was going to be a good night.
Yeah.
Went to go see Exorcist Believer.
The new Exorcist.
It looked fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I was going to be slightly steaming. I was going to have a big sexy burger in me.
Yeah.
On a fucking nice comfy sofa.
Yeah.
Boom, baby. The film is bollocks.
Oh, no.
Absolute dog shit. I've not been that disappointed about a film in years.
Right.
Something that I was looking forward to so much was just ruined. Because to the point of like, I really had to make time to get to cinema to see that before it went off. Yeah. I had to see it on the big screen.
Yeah.
I needed that scare. I'll tell you now, mate. 0 storyline.
Okay.
You give less than a single fuck about the characters.
That's the biggest problem, I think, in horror films.
So when they are possessed, you do not give a shit.
Yeah.
And nothing really happens when they are possessed, to be fair. And then they just kind of thumb in Reagan towards the end. Just pointlessly thumb in Reagan. And it's like, oh, is she? Don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm not giving a shit up until this point. Why do you think bringing Reagan is going to make me give a shit? I'd rather just go home and watch The Exorcist so I can see fucking Reagan again.
Yeah.
It was
that's the problem.
so
They just try
bad.
and crowbar in like what you class as your legacy characters now, don't they?
She is one of the most iconic characters of fucking horror.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
You don't need to thumb her in a new film.
Yeah. It's just a selling point, though, isn't it? Or they tried to make it, or like a cool little nod to and it just doesn't work.
And the problem is, it wasn't even a cool little nod.
Yeah.
If I'm honest with you, and I did leave it going. I'd just had one too many beers because I'd had a few beers.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the more I thought about it, I was like, maybe I just missed some bits. Maybe I just wasn't paying full attention. No, I remember it all.
Yeah.
And I've read it.
You're trying to make up excuses.
I was making it. That's how much I was excited for this film. I was making up excuses that maybe I was too drunk, or I wasn't paying enough attention, or the burger was too nice and I paid too much attention, licking the burger grease off my fingers instead of watching the film. But no, that burger grease was nice, but the film was shit.
That's a shame.
Such a shame, man. And like I say, I can't remember the last time I went to a cinema so excited for something and left disappointed.
That is always devastating, especially when you've made like a proper night of it. Like you got the drinks, you got the nice food, you're settling in. You're like, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
and when it's so disappointing, I get that. That's a shame. What was the other one you went to see?
Saw 10.
That's a lot of saws.
That's a lot of saws. They keep going.
Yeah.
Luckily, this one does not have Chris Rock in it.
Ah, it's a shame.
No, it's not. It's not. What was that one called? Spiral, wasn't it?
Spiral.
God, that film was so bad.
Is that in one of the? Does that count as Saw? Is that like Saw 9 or something?
It might be.
I don't know. I think I've only seen Saw. Seesaw. Seesaw. I've only seen Saw 1, 2, and 3. Maybe.
Is that it?
Maybe 4.
Okay, interesting.
They all sort of blur for me.
That's the problem. I am going to rewatch all the Saw films again in order to try differentiate them. Because my problem is, I was thinking about it the other day and I was like, I can't really be arsed. But I've done that twice with the Resident Evil films, where I've watched them all in order to try differentiate them. If I can do that twice with the bullshit Resident Evil films,
I fucking love Resident Evil, and even I can't do that.
Yeah, if I can do that twice for Resident Evil, I can at least give fucking the Saw films that gratitude. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
So Saw 10, bit different this time round. So the storyline is it's John Kramer again, and him finding out he's got the terminal brain cancer. Finds out about a surgeon, or this new sort of like surgeon / drug cocktail that can potentially save him. So he goes off to do it. And the majority of the film is just a backstory of John Kramer's cancer, really. Gets fucked over by the people who did the cancer treatment, and then turns into Jigsaw.
Right, okay. So is it his origin story? Is it a prequel, or is it... or is it?
So no, it's not, because at this point, Jigsaw's already a thing.
Right.
At the point they're like, I can't believe when I realised that, the Jigsaw was here, I shit myself, and that type thing. So up to that, there's a point where he's sat outside and he's drawing a new, he's just had the surgery and he's drawing a new like head mask that he can put one of his victims in.
Right.
But then he rips it out and puts it in a bin. There's going to be a turn. He's saved his life. He doesn't need to do this anymore. Type. It's a Saw film.
Right, okay.
I'm not going to say it's good. I'm not going to say it's bad.
Get exactly what you expect.
You get exactly what you expect from it in. It's a fucking Saw film.
Yeah.
You get some very gruesome deaths, as per usual. The very end, well, it's explaining everything that happened. And you're like, oh, how did it happen? Like that type shit. But it was okay. They try and give John Kramer a bit more of a sort of legacy of, well, he is a good guy after all.
I hate it when they do that.
He does only do this.
Just be a bad guy. And just own being a bad guy. I hate it when they try and turn bad guys into like the anti-heroes.
But then again, when you think about it, John Kramer has always been an anti-hero.
Yeah,
that's the point. But they forced it too much.
Okay.
There's a kid in it, and the whole way through he's like, no, this isn't right. He doesn't need to be tested. Like, I test people to see if their will to live is big enough after they've been shit because they stole a stamp. Do you know what I mean? Whereas this kid hasn't done anything wrong. Fuck off, John Kramer. Shut up and just kill someone else.
Watch out, you stamp stealers.
Exactly. But you know what I mean? Like, he's always been the anti-hero of, you are a shit person, so you're going to go through this, and you're going to, and obviously that's how he ends up with like Amanda and that detective is cult leaders and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
So it's kind of his storyline, but they just forced it a little bit too much in this, and I was like, just let him be an arsehole.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, this film is a revenge story.
Okay.
The people he gets his thing back, it's a revenge story.
Okay.
Keep it as that. Keep him angry.
Yeah.
Keep him angry. Keep him pissed off. You can put a little twist in there if you want, and let the bad guys look like they're going to win or whatever, and then John Kramer manages to get him or whatever. You don't have to make him look like such a good guy.
Yeah, fair.
Just make him look like a shithead who's angry, because I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Saw 10. If you like Saw films, you'll like this film. I guess it's very in the middle.
Yeah, okay. If I eventually do like what you've done or what you plan to do and decide to watch the whole franchise from start to finish, I'll probably get on that. A lot of them are on Netflix, I think, at the moment. So I would quite like to, especially the first two. They start off. It's like anything, like any franchise. They generally get more and more ridiculous. Sometimes they pick up a little bit, but it's all about, with these ones, how gory can you get? How elaborate can the deaths be? But the first one really is a proper thriller, like psychological thriller from what I remember. Would you saw your foot off, basically, to escape and to survive? Which it's a cool concept. Like anything, they milk it for all its worth, especially in the horror genre. Speaking of franchises that have been milked, Claire and I basically had our own, because we had last week off, we were smashing the films left, right, and centre, and it was like building up to Halloween, so I was like, let's have a proper horror night. Let's watch some classics. So one that I've been meaning to watch for ages and ages and ages, absolute horror classic that I've seen parts of, but I've never seen it all the way through. So it's one for my list as well, my 52 films. Child's Play.
Yes, boy.
The first one.
Let's milk that fucker.
Oh, God. And that is a franchise that has been milked.
Mm-hmm.
About 8-9 films. It's got a TV series out now. But sticking with the original, 1980-something.
86?
87, something like that. So like towards the back end of the 80s. Obviously, Chucky. For those that don't know what that Child's Play is, he's a good guy doll that just gets the soul of a murderer or whatever. Like, don't really go into his backstory that much, do they? He's in a shootout right at the start with a policeman. He gets shot, Brad Dourif.
Yeah.
And as he's dying, he's like, oh, I realise I'm dying because he's been shot, and he transfers his soul through voodoo into a doll. Like a 3-foot Chucky doll. And then proceeds to get revenge. I'll get revenge on the people that killed me, my partner that abandoned me, and the policeman that shot me. And it's a stupid concept that has been copied again endless times now. Even this year, or was it last year? We went to see Megan.
Mm-hmm.
It's just just a modern day rip-off of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think it holds up quite well.
Banging, isn't it?
The first one's good. Like, they do it quite well. To say it's like an 80s film, the movement as good as the puppet. He looks terrifying, doesn't he? He looks awful. I mean, dolls I find creepy as fuck anyway. Like, just big dolls with their eyes that move and stuff, just sat there. And because he's like a 3-foot tall doll, and the kid who owns him is about the same height, it's just freaky.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite tongue-in-cheek, and I think it knows that, so it just it works on so many levels. It just sort of owns the stupidity of it.
Yeah, because it's just fun. It's just a 3-foot weird-looking doll that's got a soul in it.
That's got a soul in it, and like I said, some of the shots are quite good because it doesn't rely on CGI, because it didn't exist back then, so it's all practical effects. So it's probably a mixture in some of the wider shots where it's clearly like either a kid or someone dressed up as the doll, and they just sort of like run past out of focus. To ones where they're actually getting the doll to move. In a lot of ways, especially like the final showdown, it was almost like they were facing off against a mini Terminator. He's all melted. He's just like the skeleton, like crawl, and he's all broken, and like he's just clawing after him. I was like, when you compare him to Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then the T800, is it the T800? First Terminator?
T100, isn't it?
T100,
yeah.
T1000.
T1000.
It's not what I'm thinking of. So it's Robert Patrick. What's Arnold's? Why is my mind going? It's not a T100, is it? I thought it was a T800.
I don't know.
Anyway,
don't matter.
It just felt that scary, 6-foot massive man, like, and then the skeleton's huge, it's human size. So when you compare it to that obviously came out like 5 years before, it's almost like a cheeky nod to that.
Yeah.
But it's like a kid's toy doll version. So that was good fun. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, good. I'm glad, because it is just fun.
I had to buy it because it's so hard to get hold of. It's not on any streaming sites or anything. I mean, a lot of the films are on like Halloween specials, so I bought it for like £3 or something. I was like, sorry, it's a cult classic as well.
Yeah.
So that was great because I feel like that was, horror Hall of Famer, shall we say, that I'm glad I've ticked off my list, because there's so many classics I've still not seen within the horror world. I think I spoke before about Texas Chainsaw Massacre and stuff. So it's been nice this year. I've ticked off quite a few of those ones. The other one I watched on the same night was one that you've been highly recommending for a long time. More modern one. It's about 10 years old now. The Babadook.
Yes. Always said one of my favourite films.
Yeah.
Never mind
horror. So, I mean, do you want to talk about what the...
No, I'd like to. I'd like to.
So, like, obviously, the concept of this, it starts off with a woman who's in a car, she's pregnant, and she's driving with her husband, and then it's like some sort of crash, and it fast forward several years later. Obviously, husband died, she's got a kid on her own, and she's a struggling mum. She's a struggling single mum, isn't she? Trying to deal with a difficult child. The kid's acting was fantastic in this.
He's a shithead, isn't he?
He's a shithead. To start with, you absolutely hate him, I found. I was like, oh my God. Like, you totally understand why this woman, this poor mum who's on her own, okay, she's got family, but she's got very few friends. She goes to work. She has to put up with a kid who, you know, he's like a screaming kid a lot. He's almost like, to start with, you don't need questions like, oh, has he got like autism or Asperger or something, like some sort of like neurological thing going on, like, and you're like, oh, it must be exhausting to deal with that. And you can see how she's just getting chipped away at constantly and broken down. And then this book appears, doesn't it? On the shelf. She reads him a bedtime story. It's the Babadook, and it's like a pop-up kids book, and start reading it, and it's just this creepy book about how it's this Babadook's going to come in, it's going to let you in, and then it's going to like basically haunt you and take your kid or whatever. And I can't remember exactly what it says, but it's a creepy book. She's like, what the hell is this book? And then it starts haunting her, and then she gets haunted by the Babadook.
The whole idea of the storybook is once you let Babadook in, he takes over your soul. So he will take over you and turn you into him.
Yeah, exactly.
That was scary.
The tap just turned on in the dark kitchen right next to us. Oh, it's the Babadook.
Babadook.
And he's freaky. He's just like this, almost like, it looks like, I don't know what, it's like a man in a bowler hat with like a white face, and like it looks like he's feathered as well. Like it's just but you don't really see him that much because he's always like in the shadows and stuff. And it's a great film. I really, really enjoyed it. It was, again, I think it's a film that you could almost class as probably like a psychological horror, I would say, rather than if I was to try and classify it in the horror genre, because there's no stupid jump scares. There's no, like horror tropes, I should say. It's almost like it's like a psychological drama in a lot of ways, because it's about most of the film is about the mum struggling to deal with a difficult child and dealing with the loss and being on her own. And that's all about what the film is, isn't it?
How fucking good is the mother?
Oh, she is insane. She not someone I recognise. Nope. I've never seen her in anything else before. And she is unbelievable. I'll say the kid was good, but she was even better. She was so believable, and she has so many emotions, and you end up feeling every single one right with her. You think, oh my God, how are you coping? Like, I feel so sorry for her. And then
she just looks like she hasn't slept in weeks, constantly, and
just got no life. And you just think, oh my God, like she's lost everything. And I love the representation, how, like, probably going into spoiler territory a little bit, but not overly. I think how the Babadook is a representation for mental health and trauma and depression, anxiety, whatever those things are, those mental illnesses that people struggle with. That's what it represents.
Yeah.
And I love that twist because it's such a clever take on it. It's basically she's battling with her inner demons, and you could take the actual physical character away and the story would still work, because she's still battling with those demons internally, and that's what people go through all the time. So it's a very clever film, as well as being creepy as fuck.
Yeah, I'm so glad you watched it, because it's one of those films you go, oh, especially me, because I watch a lot of horror. So 70% of the horror I watch is dog shit.
Yeah.
So when you're like, oh, I love a film called The Babadook,
Yeah.
people are like, shut up, you prick.
Yeah.
Shut up with your Babadook.
Yeah.
But it's just so good. Like I say, the whole thing, and this is what I always say without giving it the whole, oh, well, I like it because the underpinning storyline of depression and the struggle of a single mother, don't you know? Like, but that's exactly what it is. You've not got to be into film to see that.
No, exactly. It's not like, it's not trying to be like some
it's not hidden, is
drama school, like fucking wannabe. Yeah, exactly. It's just a clever film about real life struggles.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not like hidden meanings or like, oh, what's the message? Like you said, it's obvious what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the ending. I'm not going to say what the ending is, but how they deal with that,
yes,
I think is very clever.
Very clever.
And I like that as well. So that is a big recommendation. People should definitely check that out because I don't think it's that common. Because really, it's only a little low budget Australian film.
Yeah, the director Jennifer Kent. It was her first film.
Yeah,
very low budget. She fucking knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I think she went to drama school or film school with the actress as well. So they were good friends. It's sort of like their first film that they just did together. Yeah, knocked it out of the park, like you said. Fantastic.
Yeah. So if you didn't believe me, you got to believe Rai.
Yeah. Good recommendation, that. Strong.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll wrap it up shortly, but I'm going to talk about one of the best horror films I've seen in years.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Another Australian film.
Yep.
New to Netflix, 2023. Came on recently, called Talk to Me. So I'd seen this. It was gonna get watched. But Megan messaged at work, was chatting on Teams, and she said, "Oh, I watched this." I said, "Oh, how do you think?" She's like, watch it. I'm interested to see what you think. Very different concept. Let me know." So I came home, put it on straight away. Really looking forward to watching it. It's fucking brilliant, man.
Is it?
So the storyline is about, so there's this girl whose mother had died and she's hanging around with her best friend and her little brother. It's kind of modern in the way it is. So kind of when you're watching it, you think it's going to be some sort of teen slasher type thing.
Okay.
So, there are some funny-ish bits in it. It's shot like a modern teen thriller, but the horror in it is fantastic. So we'll just scrap the storyline, whatever. They go to this party, they're watching all these videos, and people are being possessed randomly, and they're like, oh, we're going to go to this party and see if we can get possessed by this thing. Anyway, so there's these two people there that own this hand. It's just a ceramic hand that sits like it's looking to shake hands.
Yep.
The deal is they strap you to a chair. You have to hold this ceramic hand and you say, talk to me. As soon as you say, talk to me, bang, dead body in front of you. A spirit, a ghost is in front of you. You can see it.
Yeah.
So Mia, I think his name is the main character, sorry. She does it. She sees this thing. Fuck, shits herself immediately. Let's go with the hand. They're like, no. You right, put it back on. They're laughing at her like, don't be silly. Yeah. So she does it again. Talk to me. She sees this ghost. And then what you have to say is, I let you in. Then boom, it possesses you. Head goes back. Eyeballs fucking bulge out. And then it's in your body and it'll start talking. And they say 90 seconds. 90 seconds is the longest we're going to keep you under this trance. And we're going to pull the hand off you and you'll come back to us.
Right.
So she does it. The very first scene is somebody possessed who kills his brother and himself.
Right.
In a really fucked up way as well. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. Like quite a shocking death. Okay. That's what we've got. So yeah, she does it. They're talking and she's like, oh my God, that feeling was insane. Like being in the passenger seat of my own body. That was crazy. So they go back to another party and they do it. But while she's under, she looks at the brother and she's like, he doesn't like you. He's going to come for you. He's going to come for you. And like, so this boy's shitting himself sort of thing. So they go to another party and then it's a real party vibe again, that teen thriller type thing. So they're all doing it. They're all laughing. They're drinking. They're smoking. Lol, lol, lol. It's really funny. Everyone's having a great time. Absolute fucking frenzy. Shot really well. And then the little boy has a go. And he starts speaking to Mia, and it's her mum who's dead.
Right.
So they're like, oh my God, leave him, blah, 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 blah. and they go over the 90 seconds, he changes and just starts fucking smashing his head off a table, blood pissing everywhere. They're having to restrain him. He's doing anything he can. Like, this ghost is like spinning him around the room, doing anything he can to try to kill himself. They get the hand off him, and then it's the typical storyline of how we're going to protect you, how we're going to get this demon out of him. Mate, it's so good. Very different. It's gory. It's creepy. It's shot so well. Because like I say, it's got the sort of, not comedy elements to it, but that teen thriller type shooting. But the bits that are scary are fucking scary.
Okay.
It's outstanding. One of the best horror films I've seen in such a long time.
Sounds cool. And that's one that Megan said to me as well to watch, so it is on my list.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit here and be like, this will go down in history.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just so refreshing to watch a horror film that actually, start to finish, I did not take my eyes off the screen.
Yeah, which is great.
I didn't check my phone. I was not interested in what was going on around me. I was gripped.
Yeah.
Because is the next scene going to be funny? Is it going to be gory? Is it going to be sad? Is it going to be a jump scare? Like, it had everything.
Yeah.
And I just fucking loved it.
That's cool.
So, huge recommendation from me. It only came on a couple of weeks ago. It's just such a fun, good film. Creepy, gives you everything you need.
Sounds great.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll definitely get it watched.
Get it watched, my friend. You'll love it. But other than that, I mean, I've watched a lot of films. It's been weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Like, because obviously it's been a couple of months since we last recorded. I've watched loads and loads and loads, which is great because we've got lots to talk about.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, we always have lots to talk about. Even if we've got nothing to talk about, we've got lots to talk about.
Yeah, so we will. We'll call it there then. So we'll come up to an hour and a half, and we are gonna, as before, we're gonna try and keep these episodes to an hour. But we just wanted to do a little bit more because obviously we've not spoke to you guys in a while. So we'll leave it there. We'll come back next week. And I think what we're going to look at next week is the 52 movies.
Yeah.
So every year, Ryan tries to do 52 brand new movies a year that he's never seen before. So a film a week, basically, for the year. Ryan brought this up very early on the podcast, so I decided to give it a go, and I think a lot of our listeners have started giving it a go. So we're going to go through our lists, aren't we, mate?
Yeah. Get an update, see where we're at, because we're coming into the last couple of months of the year. Got to get that target, because I've not hit that target for many years. I think last year, what did I get to last year? It was like 50, I think.
Yeah, 2 hour, wasn't it?
2 hour. I was like literally there on like New Year's Eve, like trying to watch the really short films. I think I watched The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari as the last one, like 1920 or something, because it's only like an hour and 10 minutes.
Outstanding. So for those of you guys that have done this with us, get your numbers at the ready, get in contact with us, let us know how many you've done up to date. We'll probably do our top 5.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a top 5?
Yeah, we can do.
Top 5 in a while.
Yeah.
We'll do a top 5 of our favourites from the year. So if you guys want to give us yours, or at least some standout films that you've watched this year, we'd love to hear them. We'll give you a shout out. We're going to celebrate everything that is into the podcast.
Absolutely.
All you beautiful people, all the great films and TV and stuff that we've watched. So yeah, loved it. It's been great to have you back, mate.
Yeah, it's been great to be back.
It's been good to sit down and record something and that not work and then record it again.
Yeah, and what was only going to be an hour because, we've got, so it's a work night, so we've got to get back, has now turned into 7 hours.
Yeah, as always. In a takeaway.
In a takeaway, yeah. And then snacks on top of the takeaway.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll end it as we do every single week. Ryan, leave us with some parting words, please.
I don't think you can have enough Big Mac sauce on a Big Mac.
Peace.
He's not listening.